Alright, so it doesn't matter if you bought your Tesla yesterday or if you've had it for several months or years now. Teslas are so jam-packed, full of features, and are constantly being updated over the air that it can be somewhat overwhelming to stay up to date with all of the vehicle's features. So guys, today I want to take you through around 30 features that you want to be aware of as a Tesla owner, mainly in Model 3s and Model Ys. Let's jump in. Okay, so driving in your Tesla is already going to be much easier than non-EV cars because of full self-driving and variable cruise control if you choose to use those features, but you can also make your Tesla display a real-time progress bar of your current journey, which is going to factor in real-time traffic and road conditions if you have Tesla's premium connectivity. This progress bar is going to show below your turn-by-turn list in navigation and will update live to reflect your specific speed and other factors that Tesla calculates. Now, this feature does require online routing and premium connectivity as mentioned, as it's basically placing the traffic that you see on the navigation and then summarizing it into a digestible linear progress bar. But overall, that's a little feature I thoroughly enjoy and use on a daily basis. Alright, so this is a bit of a niche feature, but I've personally found it very useful. In the 2024 Model 3 and Model Y, rear passengers can actually now move the front passenger seat forward and backwards using the rear display. This can be used for easier access, or if you're just trying to clean, say, those hard to reach spots in the back seat. I personally use this feature all the time now, especially when I'm hauling larger items in the trunk of my Model 3. It is just so practical to be able to move the front seat forward from the back and then simply put the back seat down. And if you have a new Model Y, this is taken one step further, as you can automatically retract the rear seat and the front seat will move out of the way while it is happening and then go back into place. Really cool feature that I wish they had implemented in the new Model 3 as well. Next up, this one's kind of gimmicky, but you might not have known that you can actually change the lock sound of your Tesla. So yeah, you can change these lock sounds by navigating to the toy box, then boombox menu and select lock sound, where you can select the sound that actually fits your style the best. Tesla's continuously added some new lock sounds after multiple software updates, so make sure that you're getting your Tesla up to date to get access to all of the latest sounds. Here are some of the best ones though. Another big feature that you don't want to miss out on is actually called Tesla Vision, or Park Assist Visualization. This feature is super cool and nothing like other cars that you might be driving. The way it works is that Tesla actually creates a live visual map sort of your car's surroundings and creates it in 3D, where you can fully visualize this in real time. And it can recognize vehicles, bicycles, and even people just walking around outside the car. This Park Assistant can make parking your Tesla way easier, so it's a good feature to know about, as it's one you'll be using probably every single day, at least I do. In fact, one of the things I like the most as well is how it's able to tell you how close you are to curbs and other objects, right? When I'm parallel parking above, using of course the mirrors that tilt down, I like looking on screen and seeing how close I am to the curb. It's a really great feature. We've all been there, not paying attention at a green light, and the person behind you starts honking. Not pleasant at all, so if you want to avoid that situation altogether, from here on out, your Tesla has your back. Teslas can actually chime to alert you when traffic lights turn green, and not only that, but it can also chime when the car in front of you begins to move. And it's actually really good at even identifying the color of the traffic light, even if you're 2 or 3 cars behind and the traffic light is hidden by cars in front of you. All you have to do to activate this feature is toggle it on in the settings menu like I'm doing right now. Now, this feature is probably going to be annoying to the people outside of your car potentially, but it's still a cool feature included in the Toy Box toolkit. This feature is only available on cars with pedestrian warning systems, or PWS for short, but if you do have this system, most Teslas do, your Tesla will actually let you play music through your exterior speakers. Obviously, this isn't meant to be used while you're driving, but if you're parked or camping somewhere, let's say, and want to listen to some music it could be very useful here. So definitely give that one a try after watching today's video. Another really cool feature similar to the green light chime is the speed camera chime, which will actually alert you when your Tesla is approaching a known speed camera. Here in Canada and Ottawa, the capital, they are absolutely everywhere, so that is a great feature to have. Again though, this does require premium connectivity and the latest navigation maps update installed in the car. But it's a super useful feature I wish they would have implemented years ago when I got my first Tesla in 2021. You can enable this feature by going to controls, navigation, and then speed camera chime. It's pretty useful because it can give you an idea of when you're about to run into a speed camera on the road. The only downside is that it'll only alert you if it's on the current navigation you have set towards a given destination, which I think is kind of dumb. There should be a setting to have it always tell you when there's a speed camera, as it literally knows where they are. Also, it would be nice if they updated it with the red light cameras as well at intersections, which oddly hasn't been implemented. Next up, if you're going to be carrying heavy loads of groceries to your car, let's say, you probably know the feeling of trying to reach down for your trunk's latch and just not being able to. With the Tesla's nearby interactions feature, you can actually enable something called hands-free trunk, which will automatically open the trunk of your Tesla when you approach with your phone key and stand right behind the vehicle. Here's how that works in action. And when this first came out, I found it kind of annoying actually, because as soon as you'd walk behind the car, it would start counting down to open the trunk. But they've since updated it so that you can set geolocations for where this feature will work. You can save that as a designated location to activate this feature. Pretty cool. All right, time for a fun feature that's less useful and definitely more of an Easter egg that might get your kids happy. If you tap the autopilot stalk or push scroll wheel 4 times, depending on which Tesla model you own and the model year, you'll get a rainbow road effect on your driving visualization when in autopilot or full self-drive if you've activated this feature in the toolbox, which you can do like what I am doing on screen right here. And while you're there, there's also a couple other fun features like Mars rover and so forth. If you own a Tesla, you will be using your Tesla's phone app and key quite a bit. So if you want quicker access to that app's features, you can easily add a home screen widget to your iPhone or Android, which will give you access to quick controls, your battery status, your vehicle location, and even Sentry mode toggling. You can put these widgets directly on your lock screen if you want the easiest possible access, or you can also put them as a widget within the home screen after you've unlocked your phone. Hey, now that we've covered 10 Tesla features, quick break here to talk about my Amazon storefront, an easy way to help support the channel. If you enjoyed today's video and all the other content I put out on my channel, you can find the link down below in this video's description and pinned comment over to my Amazon storefront, where I've curated a list of some great accessories for both your Model 3 or your Model Y. So definitely head on over there and check out some great accessories. And also, if you're looking to purchase a Tesla, check out the link down below as well to my website, where you can pick up a delivery day spreadsheet. Only $5, great way to support the channel and make sure that you're not missing out on anything that could be major during delivery day. A cool feature that I find a lot of people overlook is actually the battery display toggle. This cool little feature lets you tap the battery percentage to switch the display between the remaining percentage and the estimated driving range. It's a super useful feature, so you can get used to exactly how much range each battery percent is going to give you, and I generally leave it on the distance setting though. I find that to be a little bit more accurate and just gives me personally more context about how much I have left. Okay, so say you're driving, you can use your Tesla's swipe features on the navigation system to speed up your navigation. For example, you can swipe right the nav box to navigate home directly. Alternatively, you can swipe in the reverse direction to navigate to work, both of which if you have those locations set into your phone. Alternatively, if you swipe down, you'll expand the turn-by-turn direction list, or swipe back up to hide it. And swiping up will also expand the map view and make it a bit easier to view as it'll not be hidden by those turn-by-turn directions. Next up, if you have an address that you need to find on your phone, let's say, because you're researching a business or so forth, you can easily send that address over to the Tesla's navigation app directly, and from there begin navigating, which is really useful, again, if you're looking up, say, a location or a business on your phone, avoiding having to just go and retype the whole thing in your Tesla's navigation. You can do this from Google Maps, your calendar, or basically anywhere else on your phone. Just long press an address on your mobile phone, then share it to your Tesla app, and your navigation will automatically start when you get in your car. Quite a bit of the premium features such as the toy box or advanced navigation can actually be accessed using your phone's personal hotspot. Now keep in mind, not all of these features will be available, like live traffic visualization, which is still going to need an active subscription to premium connectivity. But still, there's quite a few features where you can bypass this subscription if you want to save a bit of cash each month, though honestly, I think it's well worth to get the most out of your vehicle. I've been subscribed since first buying my Tesla years ago. However, you can hotspot your vehicle from your mobile phone and gain access to quite a few features nonetheless. For example, accessing Netflix, YouTube, or navigating the web while you're parked. That's something you can accomplish through hotspotting your phone. Now, as we covered in our previous video, you should always use the automatic electronic door release if you can when you're inside your Tesla and looking to exit. But if this fails, you actually have manual door latches as well. Tesla did this so that even if your car runs out of power, you can still get out of your vehicle and you're never going to be trapped inside. Again, though, only use this feature if you can't use the automatic ones, electronic, as it could damage your car's glass and the trim around the doors. Oh, and by the way, the rear doors also have this. You just have to remove this cover to access the latch. Plus, you might not know this, but if you're ever stuck in the front for whatever reason, there's a button right here to open it. In the Model Y specifically, you can actually recline your rear seats a few extra degrees using a manual button. It's definitely not much of a recline, but it gives a little bit of extra comfort to anyone in the back seats, and it would be nice if the Model 3 had this feature as well, but if you're a Model Y owner and weren't aware of this, go in your back seat and test it out. Another cool feature in your Tesla is that you can actually set it to automatically fold your side mirrors depending on your geolocation. To set this up, you have to make sure that you're driving less than 3 miles per hour for the mirrors to fold, or stopped at the location you want to save in the car's memory. You'll access controls, always fold mirrors at this location, and then the next time your Tesla comes within 25 feet of this location, it'll automatically fold the mirrors for you. This is a feature I love in the winter when I park in the garage. You can also defrost the charge port and the wiper blades ahead of time using your phone app in the winter. Just navigate to climate and then select defrost car, which will melt any snow and ice in and around your charge port and wipers as long as you have enough battery. Another very cool hidden feature that's a bit advanced for most users is you can actually conduct a battery degradation test from your Tesla's service menu. This test will actually provide you with a percentage that compares the current battery capacity relative to the original factory capacity of your Tesla, so you can tell how well your battery is holding up. Now, this test does take about 16 hours to complete, so make sure that you're running this test in the evening and through the night, and that you don't have anywhere to drive for at least that 16 hours. I actually made a full video about this test going over my experience with it and how long I've had my Tesla and what the results were for that. So if you're interested in learning more about that test and seeing what others have also received from conducting it, make sure to check out that video after watching today's. Another cool time-saving feature that Tesla has is being able to set your navigation system to automatically reroute in order to save you some time. The navigation system will detect conditions such as traffic or road closures that will delay your arrival at a location, and then automatically reroute you based on a certain amount of minutes that you set, either saving 10, 5, I think down to 2, and even 1 minute. To access this, you can navigate to controls, navigate navigation, online routing, and set the minimum number of minutes Tesla needs to save before rerouting you. For the record, I usually keep mine set at 5, but it really just depends on your personal preference. At less than 5 minutes, I find it's usually bringing me around and through neighborhoods to save a minute or two, not necessarily worth it. Another cool feature that most Tesla owners don't know is that you can actually move your Tesla's on-screen blind spot camera widget to different corners of the display. This can make it way easier for you to actually see the camera display itself, just depending on your personal preference and how tall you are relative to the screen. I usually keep it right here, but there's a few spots that you can choose from. Okay, now if you're going to be updating your Tesla's wheels or changing old tires, you can actually and should update this using your service menu, wheel configuration. Essentially what you're doing here is telling your Tesla what size rims you have, as well as what type of tires, and then resetting it so that the car can recalibrate and improve the efficiency, potentially traction, and range calculations. It's a small update on your end, but it can really help your Tesla out in terms of staying up to date with the wheels you have set on it. I personally do this every season when I switch from my summers to my winters and vice versa. This next feature might be one you aren't aware of, but the left scroll wheel on your Tesla's steering wheel is actually a multi-purpose wheel meant to let you be able to customize it to whatever feature you want to control from it. Now, there are a bunch of cool features you can set up here just by navigating to controls, display, scroll wheel function, and then setting the function to whatever you want. You can even set it up so that you can open the glove box or do other actions. I usually always leave it on the wiper blade speed. Speaking of scroll wheels, let's talk about using natural language voice commands with your right scroll wheel. So to activate your voice commands, you can briefly press the button and then release it when you hear the chime. Then speak whatever command you want to use. Now on the new Model 3 and Model Y steering wheels, there is a designated button here, so you can click that and then tell the voice command. Now you can use this to activate various vehicle automations like climate control, the glove box, and even the frunk. Not only that, but a super cool feature on this point is that you can even use it to make phone calls, like call a certain individual, or even say navigate to the closest supercharger. Over time, I've kind of come to not really use voice commands all too often, except when I'm driving and want to do something like open the glove box or whatnot. Sometimes I'll use a voice command. By the way, I've made a full video about voice commands, going over a ton of them. So again, check that out if you're interested on my channel. Okay, so with recent software updates, Tesla has actually improved their automatic turn signal detection during lane merges and changes as well. So if you navigate to controls for automatic turn signals, you can actually set this to auto cancel and then mess around with it until your turn signals work the way you want. You can actually set this to auto cancel after you make the turn and the Tesla recognizes that you have made and completed said turn, either a full 90-degree turn or even just a lane change. I'd recommend setting that up in a way that works for you, and I find it complements the stockless nature of the new Model 3. Now, if you're worried about parking under low ceilings, you can set your power liftgate trunk height to a custom position. To set this height, pause the trunk while it's moving up using your touchscreen, and then from there, you can follow the prompts on the touchscreen and save the height as the maxed height. You can also do this manually at the liftgate itself and just press and hold the button on the underside of the liftgate until you hear a chime 3 times. Now, once you've got your Tesla on autopilot and you don't want to be working any harder than you have to, instead of manually adjusting your speed with the scroll wheel, which can be somewhat annoying sometimes, you can just tap the on-screen speed limit icon and that'll automatically set your speed to that new limit when the car is detecting that a limit has changed. This next one doesn't work on every Tesla model, but some models actually have a hidden mechanical release latch that you'll find inside the trunk that can let you manually unlock the charge port. To do this, you can open the rear trunk, pull the release cable downwards to unlatch the charge cable, and your charging door will pop right up. This next little feature is kind of a gimmick as well, and that is while you're charging, the T logo that lights up to indicate that it is pulling charge correctly, you can actually make it flash rainbow by clicking on the button 10 times in consecutive order, and then the T logo is going to flash in multi-colors quickly. All right, so there you have it, 30 Tesla features that you may or may not have known about. If I missed any, make sure to comment them down below in this video's description. Really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave it a like. Consider subscribing to the channel. I post one Tesla video every Saturday for you. Additionally, if you'd like to support the channel, once again, use those links down below in this video's description over to my Amazon storefront for some great Tesla accessories. Pick up a $5 delivery day checklist, and there might even be a couple other affiliate links down there, like over to Amber Care if you want to extend your older Tesla's warranty. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm sure you'll love one of these videos right here, and I'll see you in the next one.